Well, hello. Here we are again in this virtual space. Well, today I wanted to talk to you about your digital footprint. Now, whether you are a church or whether you are a clergy person, whether you are a lay member of a congregation, you have a digital footprint. And what we mean by that is that we have a digital footprint on Facebook. We might have an Instagram account. We might have a Snapchat account, or you might even be so brave to enter into the world of TikTok. Yes, digital footprint. What does our digital footprint say about us? That's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today. You see, as churches specifically, we often don't realize the importance and significance of having a really good digital footprint. See, before the pandemic, many of our churches years back had a website, and then they moved from the website to using Facebook. But these are two different platforms, and they shouldn't be confused, right? As a digital footprint, we need both of those places and spaces. Partly because now, as we've entered into the pandemic and we've been living through it and continuing in this pandemic, we now have the opportunity for people to find us using our digital footprint. So people have been finding us on Facebook, some are finding us on YouTube, and so this is a great opportunity for them to not just watch your Sunday morning service, but also to click through to your church's website and find out more information about who you are as a church. So it's really important to think about your church website. Now, if you used to have one and you got rid of it, now's the time to go back and invent a new one. In fact, if you have a website, but you haven't really updated it in a little while, and what I mean by that is maybe in the last year or more, it's time to update. You see, our digital footprint needs to be current. It needs to be relevant to the world around us. So if our digital footprint looks like a website that was made 10 years ago, that says something to the audience who's looking at it, that maybe your church isn't as up to date as it could be, despite the fact that maybe they found you on a Facebook event that you were hosting or on a worship service that you posted on YouTube. Maybe they found that, but now they're looking at your website going, something doesn't match up here. So let's keep talking about our digital footprint. Right? So when we use Facebook, we have to also keep using it on a daily and weekly basis to continue to grow our footprint, to leave more tracks, if you will, out in this digital world that we live in. So we need to continue to put up postings, and you might post not just a Sunday morning service, but you might want to post a mission opportunity that you're doing. Maybe you're going to do a Bible study. Why not post your hybrid link to your Bible study? And a way to get people to engage with you in different ways. So that digital footprint that we need to have more footprints for your church to get out there on the internet. We need this ever more today than ever before. Digital footprints are really important, and it's really important to think about how they connect to each other. Just this morning, I received an email from a church that said, we have a Twitter account, but we don't use it. So we need to remove that from our listing. I said, great, that's good. See, they're paying attention to their digital footprint. Because, see, you don't want to have an Instagram account and not be using it. Because if somebody finds your Instagram account and they see that nothing's being posted, they are thinking that you are not alive in some sense, that you're not really working at it. Now, I also am going to add, do not expect your pastor to be the person creating the digital footprint. We have lots of people in our congregations, and we have people that have talents and gifts. And we have young people, by the way, in many situations. They might be attached somehow. Maybe grandma and grandpa go to the church, but they don't. That's okay. That's a good way to engage them and say, we need some help with our digital footprint. Can you help us? How can you help us to engage in the social media world that we call it? The Instagrams, the TikToks, and the Facebook accounts. How do we engage in that way? So again, it's really important to have a good digital footprint. And that's the really key piece here. When we create a website, you want it to be engaging. You want it to almost jump off the page and into your lap. You want it to feel like it's really welcoming and inviting, keeping in mind that you want the important content, the most important content, right on that front page. Whether that's a welcome from your pastor, or most importantly, what time is worship on Sunday morning. That's really important. And don't forget, if we're in Central Time Zone, those finding us don't necessarily know that. So you might want to put that little central piece on the end of the worship time experience. Because once again, as people watch our content, it's important for them to know what time zone they are in so that they can tune in on the appropriate times. So these are just a few thoughts that I wanted to share with you this week as we come back from our conference annual gathering, where we used a hybrid method to connect us both online on screen as well as engaging in person. And we want to continue to think about that, because that is just the evolution of our conference and of the church and of the world around us. We all have some kind of digital footprint. The question is, how many footprints do we have out there? So hopefully your footprint can just become more alive, and that you can embrace this idea of working on the website, building a new website, building up that Facebook post on a daily and weekly basis. Talk to your audience, to the people who are out there looking for churches just like yours. I hope this is inspirational, and by all means, if you have more questions about that, send me an email. Pick up the phone and call us. We as the conference want to talk to you about how do we help you to have that bigger, more profound digital footprint. Well, have a blessed day, and I'll see you again soon.